Well, a typical day for Maeve involves a lot of therapies. Typically she wakes up after a good night's sleep. She sleeps for 11 or 12 hours. She gets some respiratory treatments early in the morning to help her clear out her lungs after a long night's sleep. And then, a physical therapist could arrive at 11 a.m. to do a 30-minute session with her, where she could be doing range of motion exercises with her, trunk strengthening, head control strengthening, arm strengthening, and there's overlap with the occupational therapist as well, and they work in tandem. They know what they're doing, each person is doing, each therapist is doing, so that Maeve gets the maximum benefit from the therapies. So some days she has physical therapy for 30 minutes, she would rest, and then she would have 30 minutes occupational therapy, she would rest, and then she would have 30 minutes speech therapy. She naps, a nice long nap in the afternoon for 2 or 3 hours.
On the vent.
Whenever
she's sleeping,
on her BiPAP machine, yeah. And she watches TV, she has her favorite programs, she'll tell you which programs she wants to watch, she'll tell you what books she wants read, she'll tell you what toys she'd like to play with. She'll say please, she'll say thank you, she'll tell you what you want her to do with the toys, and she's not afraid to ask for help. But right now you can see that she's turning the pages of a book herself. She knows all her animal sounds. She knows how to count to 10 in English and Spanish. And we're also working on some German for her. After that, it's basically wind down. If the weather's nice, we'll go out for a walk. If it's too hot or humid, we'll stay indoors because that's not good for her respiratory function. After 6 p.m. when everybody's home, she gets a nice bath. She spends an hour in the bath. She absolutely loves bath time. We use an inflatable neck ring for her so that she has free movement in the bath, and that's probably the most movement she has independently by herself during the day. And she absolutely loves it, and she objects when you take her out. She loves the water, and then she has a nice massage. She has more stretching, more respiratory treatments before she goes to bed, and then she goes to sleep every night around 10 p.m. after watching one of her favorite shows. And then again, it starts all over. She sleeps for 11, 12 hours, and it starts all over again. And then a very special thing that we do at the weekend for her is that we take her to a pool fitness center close by, where we actually get her into a therapy pool, and she spends well over an hour in that. And the benefits from the water therapy are immense for her. And the two of us get into the water, and
that's where she can really move freely. It's just amazing. She can actually. We always bring like a very small ball into the pool with us, so she actually can finally reach for something, which she's unable to do outside of the water. And it's been really, really good, I think, for her alignment, since she's always sitting, or even when she's in the stander, you're never 100% sure that she has the proper alignment. But with the buoyancy and with the water, and I think it's been great for her positioning.